Who won't practice today? Who will be limited?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. You got that list? Teddy won't. Spence won't. Patrick won't. Surtain. Melvin won't. Then limited would be Mintz, Glasgow, Reisner, Browning.
How's Teddy coming along the last 2 days?
He's getting better. He's able to lift today with the group and attend meetings.
Is it possible he could be limited tomorrow practice-wise?
Yeah,
What's
possible.
What's Melvin's issue and how's he
Got a lower leg contusion.
Nothing.
Is Deontay Spencer and Pat Surtain, is that still day to day?
Who's that?
Deontay Spencer and Pat Surtain.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Teddy, would he practicing, would that be with the team on tomorrow, or does that have to be side work based on protocol, or could it be with the team?
Could be.
Melvin's not serious. I take it you're confident he'll play. Melvin on Sunday.
I'm pretty confident, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes and yes.
And can Teddy, is he going to be able to do film stuff? Is he allowed to do meetings? Or
He is today. He wasn't on Monday.
If Darby does play on Sunday, do you expect Santana to maybe get back to that position?
We'll see. A lot of moving parts there. One is Darb's ready to play. Two, Patrick's health. So it's really too early to give you an answer there.
Think you'll activate Boone?
Possible.
What do you make of T.J. Watt at the edge for them? What makes it
Really good player. The thing that stands out besides the obvious, his production is very obvious, but his instincts for the game are top notch. And that helps him make all those plays that he makes. But he's a highly talented guy with a high level of instincts, and that produces great players.
When you evaluated running backs before the draft, what did you see from Najee Harris, and what have you seen from him so far in the first few weeks?
Yeah, the same. He played really good at Alabama, and he's playing really good for Pittsburgh. He obviously he's got really good size, good speed, runs hard. He's got some shiftiness for a big guy. Caught a lot of balls for them. He's caught 26 balls in the first 4 games. He does a good job in pass blocking. He's a complete back, and we knew that, and they got a good player.
Why is it so hard to play in? Why is it so hard to play in Pittsburgh? And is it different when you go in to face a team that's lost 3 straight that you have to talk about matching their sense of urgency?
Yeah, they're obviously – Pittsburgh is always going to play with a sense of urgency. That's just who they are, and we've got to be ready to have our own.
Vic, did the struggles that Drew had on Sunday, does that sort of speak to the difficult transition from going from being the starter to being the backup?
For who?
For Drew?
Yeah, it's difficult in that, he doesn't get the reps, when you're thrown in there cold. But, I still think his below-average play was just a part of our whole offense that day, We just weren't very good offensively last Sunday.
How have you seen him handle the transition to being a backup over the last month and a half? How has he dealt with that?
He's dealt with it very well, and I don't say that to mean he's accepted it and thinks he's a backup. That's not it at all. He just has a lot of respect for Teddy and what Teddy's done for him personally and what Teddy's done for the team, and he's all on board.
Noah Fant has a bunch of catches this year, but not a lot of big plays. Does there need to be an effort to get him downfield more, or is that up to him to do stuff after the catch?
Probably both, but I can't remember all of his big plays in the past couple of years, but many of them were intermediate to shorter type passes that got a lot of yards after the catch. So a lot of times that's incumbent on him, but a lot of times that's coverage dictated too, that if they're playing man and he breaks the first tackle and maybe he's got some clean pastures, but I wouldn't draw many conclusions after 4 games.
Vic, what's been your assessment of Draymond Jones so far? Obviously, the sack number's not where he wants them to be, but have you seen on film progress with him?
Yeah, I think he's playing solid for us. Sack numbers can be a little misleading at times if that's the only thing you look at for a defensive lineman. But every year we've been here, we've had a interior defensive lineman get 7 sacks. And I think, we'll get one of those guys, probably Draymond or Shelby going, and they'll get to there eventually.
What was Glasgow's status this week?
Glasgow, he's limited today.
Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh offense, they've been kind of slow to settle in. They've had some scuffles. What do you think's the key to kind of keeping them from settling in?
We just got to play good. Play our style of defense, play good ourselves, because he's still really good. The one thing that there's a narrative out there that he's gone down, and I don't see that, and I've been watching this guy a long time. He's still capable of doing everything he's always done. Throws a great deep ball, has good pocket feel. I don't buy into that narrative at all.
Jerry Jeudy is about 3+ weeks from his injury. What have the trainers told you about his progress? And
His progress the last week or so has been very good. So, I think it originally was said to be 6 to 8. There's some hope for the 6.
Coach, Stephon Gilmore's got traded to Carolina, I guess. And
Oh, he did?
Yeah, and they traded for another corner. When you see all these moves, Richard Sherman getting signed and starting 3 days later, does it just, I guess, give some validity to all the corners you guys have amassed this year?
Yeah, like I told you before, there's not enough of them to go around. Every team needs at least 3, when you count the nickel position and when you play, so that's 96 you need. And there aren't 96 to go around, and then when guys start getting hurt, correct, you never have enough corners.
How's Visang Bassi doing in this rehab?
Good. He's doing good.
Any update on kind of timetable for him, or?
Yeah, I think I think he'll be ready to go whenever we need to bring him up. Now he's got to sit the first 6,
Right.
and then we have the practice time available.
McLeod's been really good for them in their return game. What sort of challenges he as you try to kind of eliminate those big?
Yeah, he's a really good punt returner and kickoff returner. We got to do a good job covering, but as part of the coverage is the kicks too, both the punt and the kickoff, and we got to get good kicks to start the coverage, and then we got to do a good job covering.
I wanted to go back to something you mentioned about Drew. You said he has not accepted necessarily being the backup. What is the mindset that he has and that you want him to have, that he's a starter and waiting for his chance again, or what?
No, he views himself, and I view him as a starting quarterback in the NFL. And when I say he's done good accepting it, meaning he doesn't view himself as a career backup, but he's doing good in his role right now. All right, thank you.
see you tomorrow.